Hello, I'm Julie, an English planner who likes to share creative ways of decorating your journals and planners. And in today's video, I'm going to be making some page pockets using scrapbook paper in my Archer and Olive journal. This is a 6x6 scrapbook pad from my scrapbooking stash by Pebbles Garden Party. And as soon as I saw this page, it sparked my creativity and gave me the idea of making some page pockets for a spring spread with hidden journaling. So let's get started. I've got my Fiskars paper trimmer, and I thought rather than making the pockets plain, I would use some of the card from this paper pack, which is really cute. I'm thinking about probably this one and this one. I've cut the packets out and they are 5 centimetres wide, and normally I would just add a centimetre to each side for the part that you need to fold, but because I'm going to do some punching, I'm going to cut this 8 centimetres. And then I don't want pockets that are very deep, so we are going to hopefully manage with just 5 centimetres, which allows me to get several out of the same sheet of card. What I'm going to do is show you how I make one of the pockets, and then we'll get on with the rest of the spread. I'm going to use this EK Success paper punch so that the pocket has a little bit of a pretty edge. I'm putting it in as centrally as I can, but it doesn't matter if I'm not exact. I can straighten it up later. Although actually that looks pretty central. I'm going to trim off these bits here. And then I need to fold it so that this part comes up to just below there. And then I'm going to take my scorer. So I need to swap the blade on my Fiskars. For this scoring blade. Because this is on grid paper, it's quite helpful because I can see that this comes out a little bit wider than the scallops, and I need to do the score about 4 squares in. But I could just measure it. And do it that way. So have a score there, and on the other side too. And I don't know how easy it is for you to see, but I need to cut away this bottom rectangle here. On both sides. So that I can then make my little pocket like that. And then I'll be able to stick it onto the page. If I was being really fussy, which I sometimes am, this does show a little bit here, so I could cut a little bit away here so that it doesn't show. this, but it's not that important. And now you see the flaps go over and nothing shows through on the other side. So I'm going to make all 6 pockets and then I'll be back. I've made the 6 little pockets and put double-sided sticky tape on the back. They turned out super cute. So let's find the page in my journal that I'm going to be working on. I think it's going to be this week. So what I'm thinking is to have the pink on one page and the blue on the other. But before I stick those on, I want to decorate the rest of the page. I'm thinking of adding maybe washi at the top and a little garden of flowers at the bottom. So let's do that first. I grabbed teeny florals from Happy Planner because I assumed this stick book would have some small florals I could use at the bottom. I found these that are a perfect match for the colours on the seed packets. So I think there's going to be enough to use them all the way across the bottom and they'll look really pretty. I have to say that Teeny Florals is a sticker book that I bought and regretted buying. I think I bought it because I wanted to add one more sticker book to my basket because the shipping is so high from Happy Planner. I'm hoping that these sort of join up in the middle. Oh yes, they do. Perfect. And I don't think I had much on my wish list and I wasn't sure what to pick, so I thought you can't go wrong with florals. But when I got it, I just wasn't feeling it. It wasn't one of my favourites and I have used it a few times, but there are definitely other sticker books I prefer. But it's a lucky find to find that these are such a good match. And I'm thinking maybe a plaid washi at the top. This is a washi from Amazon. Or I have a hexagonal washi from Planything. Let's go with the plaid washi. It has that sort of vintage gardening feel to it. It's always really tricky to see whether it's matching up at the top when you're laying down the washi. I probably shouldn't have cut it because I've made it trickier for myself. So before I stick these on, I want to check what room I've got to play with. So I'm thinking having those at the side and then I can do something with this area here. So what I'll do is just put some pencil marks down. So I know where this is going to come up to. Might need to move that one over a little bit because it's very close to the edge. I'll do the same on this page, and then I thought I would draw some boxes in the gaps and add some stickers to those, maybe some quotes. I remembered that I was going to move that one slightly over, so I needed to adjust the box and make it a little bit smaller. It does bother me that everything's not quite symmetrical, as the boxes aren't the same width as each other, but I've got to learn to let these things go. So now I think it will look all right if we do it like that. So now I know it works on this side, I can do the other side as well. Now it's time to add the pockets. If you take photos of your spreads for Instagram, it's quite nice to have a place to do some hidden journaling that no one can see. It is bothering me a little bit that that pink at the top does not match this pink here. I thought it did when I chose it, but it really doesn't. So it might have to be changed. I can't believe with all my washi tapes I can't find a pink that matches that. It's kind of a sort of strawberry colour. How about this? No, that's paler. I've given up finding a pink to match, but I have got this plaid washi that matches the blue, so I think I'm going to swap that washi over. Bit of a waste, I know. This washi came from Journal Say, I believe. And it does match with the blue, so I'm happier about that. It looks a bit like a house. So let's put the blue cards in the pink envelopes. And pockets. I'm loving how this is looking. The pink ones can go in these pockets. And of course, I knew I would forget there was something I wanted to do. I was going to stamp the word seeds on each of the pockets. I can probably still do it, although it's a lot more awkward to get to the journal. It would have been much easier to do it when they weren't stuck on. So I may leave that and do that later. But now let's finish with these boxes. The Happy Planner Mega Seasonal sticker book has got some gardening themed stickers like packets of seeds and little cans and tools. So I thought maybe I would use some of those. I really need to find a quote that says plant a happy life or something like that, something about planting. I've got some little labels here. Basil and thyme. I'd love to be able to use the watering can, but it's so big. I'm going to see if I can find a quote with the word plant in it, and if I can, see how big it is and whether it could fit in there with the watering can. I went to Amber Plans a Day because she is my go-to for quotes, and in this Spring Collections 2026 edition I didn't find the Plant a Happy Life quote, but I did find the seeds you plant today will be the flowers of tomorrow, which is just absolutely perfect for this spread, and it fits in this box here. I won't be able to have the watering can, but I really don't mind about that because this quote is just right. So because I can't let go of the watering can, I'm going to put these flowers here and have the watering can here, which means I will need to do a little bit of whiting out of the box. I've got my Uniball Signo. And very fiddly. I watch Plan with Elise sometimes and she seems to be the queen of using Uniball Signo. I never seem to put it in the right place. So although it doesn't look like I have much room for journaling, as well as these 4 boxes, I have all the space on the back of the cards, and if I want to, I can even journal underneath because it's covered up by the seed packets. I really love how this spread has turned out. It's surpassed my expectations. I might draw lines with mild liners on the back for my journaling spots. But apart from that, I think we'll call this spread done. I love being able to bring in things that I've done in my scrapbooks, in my journal, although this isn't something I would do often because it does bulk up my planner. And with hindsight, I probably should have put the 2 down the bottom on this side and the 1 up there so that it's not doubling up on the bulk. But I won't be doing many pages with these 3D elements in them, so I think we'll be okay. If you enjoy these sort of creative pages, then you might like this video where I created some layered windows with a fairy theme. Do give me a like and let me know in the comments what you thought of these pages, and subscribe to my channel for more creative content. I hope you have a great week, and I look forward to seeing you in another video really soon.